Afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports Gaming. This is a quick one because I've got to sleep. I've got 12-hour shift tomorrow coaching, 8 in the morning till 8 at night. So it's a bit of a nasty one, but there you go. So let's talk about three fights. First of all, let's talk about Ben Whitaker and him going 10 rounds against a guy we've never heard of and knew nothing about. And yeah, I stand by what I said about Ben Whitaker. I don't think he's going to make it. Um, he went 10 rounds against a guy who was expected to blast out of there. No, he didn't go life and death with him. Yes, he boxed well to points, but the more I see Whitaker, the more I see a lot of his movements can be timed. A lot of his movements, I'm not saying I could do it, but a lot of his movements can be timed. You have to punch with Whitaker, and I believe that fighter that he fought tonight is the blueprints of actually how to beat Whitaker. I'll give you examples. Um, I remember when people were laughing at Audie Harrison when he fought David Price, and he got knocked out by David Price, and I said, Audie Harrison opened the doorway of how to beat David Price, and who did he actually get beat by? A southpaw, which was Tony Thompson twice. That effectively ruined David Price's career. He never really recovered from the Tony Thompson defeats. And Whitaker, to me, just like in the amateur days, I think you have to just put pressure on him and throw educated punches at him and throw punches to the body. You know, all that movement he's doing now is fine. But if I'm honest with you all, that guy has got no Olympic pedigree. And he was landing punches on Whitaker. I was saying, well, it's boxing. He's bound to land punches, but it's the way he's throwing punches, the way he's landing punches. Um, and that guy, he thought is is like he was good defensively. I thought he was very good defensively. I like the way he was bobbing and weaving and tucking up nice and tight and stuff. But did you, when you were looking at Whitaker, did you actually see someone who was an elite fighter? I did not see an elite fighter. I saw a guy with a box of tricks, but I didn't see nothing elite about him. I didn't see elite punching power, even to the point where he had the guy hurt. He wasn't able to construct the combination to lock him, the guy. He thought, credit to the doctor, credit to him. I thought he was going to get blasted out in a couple of rounds. Didn't happen. But the more I see Whitaker and the more people see Whitaker, they're going to see he can be timed. You've got to punch when Whitaker punches. When he's punching, you've got to punch with him. And stay close to him when you're punching. And just punch what you can, the body. So head will move, just punch the body. Work the body. Um, One of these crafty guys are going to catch hold of him for a big shot, I'm telling you. And all through that fight, it was like the punch of chest missing. Or some were connecting. There were a couple of good clean shots that Whitaker took. But again, the skill level of what he was fighting um, is interesting. So I believe the guy who's going to beat Whitaker is going to be a guy that stays close. The guy is going to stay close, and a guy that is doing exactly what that guy's doing, but who's able to throw punches with a bit more experience. The only thing was missing with that guy and Whitaker was experiencing when and how to throw punches. Do you understand? And that's Whitaker's got the experience being an Olympian. Good night, Anthony. By the way, but yeah, I don't. Whitaker's not for me. He's not going to make it. I don't think he's particularly a big puncher. Um, he's got some nice the showboating this and that, but I mean, when you strip the showboating away, just take that away for 1 second. Take the showboating away. What exactly does Ben Whitaker do that is so spectacular? You see, Naz, when he did his showboating, you take the showboating away, and then but Naz had rocket launches. He can knock it out of a left hook, he can knock it right, you can knock it out either hand. And that's a big difference. He had like lethal punching power. That's the difference, you know. Um, I remember Eubank once said about Nigel Benn. He said, "Take the punching power away from the man, but the man is nothing." But obviously, he has that punching power. So what I'm saying to you is the same thing. Yeah, his punching power is not that great. I think he's sharp. I think he's fast and on the counter, but I don't think he's, I don't think he's an elite puncher, and that in itself will be an issue when he fights guys who can just walk him down. And like I said in the amateurs, in the Olympics, the guy was able to walk him, track him down, and put pressure on him. You wait until he finds a guy who can, like that guy he fought, track him down, but can punch, can really punch. Whitaker's gonna have a problem. But you see, the other thing about Whitaker was I didn't see any in the 10 rounds. I didn't see anything else. I saw the showboating, yeah, but I didn't see anything else. I saw him go to the body, yeah, fine, but I didn't see anything else. I didn't see anything else. So um, I I in the 10, I've got to see him for 10 rounds. Like I said, take the showboating away. What exactly does he do? That's so great. Does he punch with lightning hard speed? Does he crack with tremendous power? Does he have blurring hand speed? He doesn't have blurring hand speed. Does he have tremendous punching power? Doesn't have tremendous punching power. Stamina looks okay, but he's looking up at the clock in the 10th round. He did the 10 rounds fine. Um, so what exactly does Whitaker do that's giving people all this razzmatazz about him? I just think he's overhyped. You know, um, he's a character, and he's a character, and for that, um, he needs to be given kudos because he's a character, and we need characters in boxing, and for that, yeah, he's world class. He's got a PhD in being a character, but I'd like to see him work more on putting shots together and stuff. Putting shots together and be more effective and be more spiteful. If he'd come out there tonight, like, and just gone out there and really ruthless and take that guy out, like, right, no showboat, no play. I'm not playing with you tonight. I'm not playing with you tonight. I'm coming out and doing business. But I thought for the first round, I thought he was going to come out and do something. And then he went back to the showboat and I thought, flip's sake. The circus is in town. Because I think if a man's riled you like Roy Jones, there's a difference. Roy Jones, when he fought Montel Griffith, yeah? Montel Griffith got disqualified. Oh no, Roy Jones got disqualified for hitting Montel Griffith when he knocked him down. He landed a punch after he'd gone down, and Roy got disqualified, and that gave Roy um, his first defeat, kind of, because he got disqualified. And Roy was mad, yeah. So it was 11 rounds he took to take out Monte Griffith. In the rematch, Roy came out and blasted Monte Griffith out of there in the first round. That was RJ, and then that you can see the difference. I'm not playing with you. I'm taking you out. I'm not playing with you. And I thought that Whitaker was going to do that, but he can't do that. He can't do that. He's not capable of doing that. He tried it, the bad man stuff, for about a round or two. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna take you there. I'm gonna drown you. I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna do that to you. I'm gonna do this to you." And what happened? The guy went 10 rounds with him. So I don't know if you would say Whitaker's been exposed. I would just say that a lot of the razzmatazz and he needs to go away, very quietly go away, because he can only do that for that act can only last for so long. Elite boxing, that cannot hang. I'm sorry, you can't do the elites. Can't. Yeah, yeah. It's it. If you look at him over the 10 rounds, did you do it? What was there anything you saw there in that 10 rounds? You thought, oh, that's spectacular. I'll tell you what I saw was spectacular. The last 10 seconds of the 10th round, or the last 30 seconds, where the guy was on top of Whitaker, and then he exploded, and then he hurt his fighter, but couldn't get him out of there. Kind of let it all down. So, so for me, Ben Whitaker, the jury's out. Now, next one, Isaac Chamberlain. I put Isaac Chamberlain and flipping Richard Riakporhe in the same damn room. Both of them disappointed me. Both, they're both South London boys. They disappointed me big time. Like, what the hell are you doing, both of you? None of you thought of any passion. Both of you thought like you were scared. You both thought like there was no passion in what you were doing. Like, it's like you just come for the paycheck, and the fact that you were naming lights and you were in South London, it was like, when you're around the corner from the flipping fire, I'll just roll out of my bed and come and fight. And that's sort of like mentality. I didn't see any like passion. Like, I didn't see, yeah, more energy, more passion. I didn't see any of that. I don't understand how how because your man Riakporhe fights as if he's a broom stuck up his jacksie. How on earth can he rely on a South London African? Man, it was a disgrace. The pair both of them disgrace. I don't know how I can use Terry Dunstan's name in the same breath. It's disgraceful. Yeah, but I think both of those guys have got capabilities of being world champions, but not like that crap. Rapper walked like he was walking through mud. I made a comment about Madonna and Riakporhe, and I said people like that, them celebrities, have the ability to suck the life out of you. And Riakporhe looked like the life and the passion was yeah. You saying world champion? Hell no. That's because of the crap they put on tonight. That's because, in hindsight, the bullshit they put on tonight. That's why you say that. Both of them guys can come back and become world champions. But you got to understand two things. The first thing is the people in their corners. I don't think AJ Fernandez is a great trainer. I never have thought he's a good trainer. I never have. But it is what it is. And you see, when you're in good fights or very good fights, that's what makes a difference. Not just the instructions in the corner. Yeah, the Madonna effect was something that I didn't question. I didn't question the Madonna effect. Um, but I mean, he started out okay. The jab was nice. It was rocking Billy Smith's head back. I thought, yeah, this is good. Doubling up jab, throw it right in straight for the middle, and you're gonna catch Smith, Billy Smith. But I don't know what he was walking around and then smothering his own work. He looked like he wanted to have a cuddle. He wanted to have a cuddle. Guys like Riakporhe, see when people like Riakporhe get beat like that, they take their ass out to the States. Gary Coleman, you're alive. Okay, Jesus. You know, people like that, guys like that need to go stateside. But I wonder if these dudes, these South London guys, that because they're at home, like they can't fight at home, they can't fight in front of their own people. I don't know. I don't know. But I would have thought if you're fighting at home, you'd be more passionate. Angel Hernandez, is it Hernandez or Fernandez? See, Angel Hernandez isn't that a footballer? Angel Fernandez seems to be just to be able to talk the good bro thing and get into good boxers get into good grace with these boxers. Yeah, but what has he done? What is he doing? What is he doing with these fighters? I'm sorry. After it comes a time where a lot of these trainers are ruining um, fighters. South London boys are no good, all just mouth. Well, somebody else is moderating, so I believe Angel is. Of course, he's a trash trainer. I've always said it. I never rated him. I never rated him at all. Um, I don't know what Riakporhe's doing tonight. I've got no idea. He's flipping walking around the ring like a flipping mummy. I don't know what Riakporhe's doing tonight. I don't know if they spiked his flipping drink. I don't know if Madonna sucked the life out of him. I don't know what that was, but that was not the Richard Riakporhe that I saw fighting the last fight. Inactivity, okay. I could have a bit of that. I could take a bit of that. But the rest of it, I mean, there was like no passion in what you were doing. You were just like going for the motions. Same like Isaac Chambers, just going for the motions. Like these guys were literally going and picking up a paycheck. I would never put Riakporhe top of the bill again after that. Never. And he was like, he literally came out the same school of Lawrence Okoli. grab and jab. I'm like, it's because the reason why you're grabbing and jabbing is because you're actually not that good on the inside. So what you should be doing in camps, or at least outside of camps, is improving on your inside game. I don't mean inside a woman. I mean actually inside game of boxing. Because it's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. I know Vladimir Klitschko used to do that stuff, yeah? But the difference with Vladimir Klitschko, he'd hold you, and then when he got distance, he'd strike you for 1-2. And if you were unfortunate to be on the end of that 1-2, you were going over. But I just, both of them guys need, me personally, which you can't find the inside, well, he needs to do something. Well, then he better fight well on the outside because he fought shit on the outside, he fought shit on the inside. I'm sorry. Tonight he did anyway. He had the jab going and he had Billy Smith's head going back. I'm like, yeah, you're doing the right thing, bro. First round come out, use the jab. Billy Smith's head rocking back. I said, that's good. But you need to throw the old 1-2. I don't even know what Angel Fernandez is doing on the pads with him because I didn't see a 1-2. I didn't see Riakporhe was unable to throw the 1-2 straight down the pipe, and that's a two basic punches of boxing, and that's the punches you need to throw against a guy like Chris Billy Smith. The 1-2, you blind with a jab, you throw the right hand straight for the middle. I mean, I could flip and teach Riakporhe to do that. Throw the jab, blind, right hand straight through the middle. Lewis used to do it all the time. Akin one day used to do it. Um, yeah, use the jab, blind, right hand through the middle. Flips. I don't know. See, I can see world class talent in Richard Riakporhe, but I don't think he's got the right trainer. So, like a guy, Buddy McGirt, Ronnie Shields, even like James Ali Bashir would do good with with Riakporhe because the first thing he would do is get Riakporhe's footwork in. Then he would teach Riakporhe how to engage and how when to engage and when not to engage. He would teach Riakporhe um, distance, space, boxing IQ. Because Riakporhe's a pretty intelligent guy. He doesn't look like a dummy to me. But you can't get it from keep fitness, bloody flipping fitness first. Angel Fernandez. It's not happening. He was swinging that right hook all night and missing. Yeah, he says, "I think you're letting phys." No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. And as a coach, I can see it. I can see his ability, and I can see he could go on to be a world champion. You think I'm joking? He can go on to be a world champion. I remember telling people before. I remember when what's this girl? This girl, the girl. I can see her face now. Jessica McCaskill. I said, this girl can go on to be a world champion. Nah, she can't be a world champion. She's not good enough. But what's she going to do? She became undisputed two-weight world champion. So it can happen. I just think it's he thinks you go and work on in the gym, and he's got attributes. He's built like an Adonis. He's got height, reach, power, good chin. I mean, he's got all the attributes there to be a world class fighter, but he needs to be taught. And I disagree. He's not. No, he's not garbage. That's rubbish. Don't talk rubbish. I can say be garbage. He's not garbage. It's not garbage. It's not garbage. You've got to see. You have to have an eye, not just for guys who are winning fights and guys who are world champions. And this is probably because I've got an eye as a coach, and to turn somebody who's good to be better and better to be great. You have to see a person and then you have to give them the picture of what they can do. So he's garbage. He's not garbage, right? Richard Riakporhe, what he needs to do is be able to know how to use his abilities better, his height and his reach better. He's not garbage. I see you're not saying the trainer's garbage. The trainer's garbage. The teacher's garbage. That's what. How on earth can you teach old dog new tricks? Um, I mean, how on earth you could teach dog new tricks? Well, uh, Lennox Lewis got knocked out by he got knocked out and then got taken turned round and got changed. It's not about it's not about teaching a dog new tricks. It's teaching a dog how to bark. Do you understand? There's a difference. Well, no. If I mean, I don't agree with you all on that. Then you entitled to your opinion, mate. But I can't just start be calling people garbage. He's not garbage. He's not garbage at all. Like he didn't get knocked out, you know. Um, and I don't think Riakporhe's garbage. I still think Riakporhe's got the ability to be a world champion. He's got the ability. I just, I just think that he is not in the right place. I don't think he's in the right place. I don't think he's got the right team around him. And quite honestly, if that was what he's putting on, I wouldn't have put him in the ring with. I wouldn't have had him fighting for a world title if that was what he was in. He looked he looked like a guy short of ideas and underprepared. That's what he looked like to me. React Paul. It again. The sport of boxing is about management and managing the fighters and knowing where to put fighters when at what time. And I would like to see. I think Frank Warren could do a good job with him, and I also think that he needs a good team around him. I personally think it. I believe in Riakporhe. Exactly. Thank you very much. At least we've got a boxer. At least we've got a boxer in the room who knows what they're talking about. Richard needs height and reach into William Fournier. Thank you very much. He'll never be at the right place. Well, that I don't know. I don't know. I won't say that to somebody, but I'm not doom and gloom. I'm certainly not doom and gloom. I'm not gonna start doom and glooming today. If you want to say someone's garbage, that's fine. You've done and finished with them, fine enough. But I could say Tyson Fury's garbage based on the fact that flipping a 14 stone blown up middleweight took him almost took him to the cleaners if it wasn't for the referee saving him. I could say that, but I wouldn't say that because he's a damn good fighter. But I think that again with his situation with Tyson Fury, I think there'd be too many people, too many ears in his ear. His father should be nowhere near him, and he should allow Tyson to train with Sugar Hill and let Sugar Hill do what has to be done with him. When Tyson's dad was far away and he was flipping away in at Sky Sports Studios, that's the best places for his father to be. What's that? So, who ran off YouTube before? Was it Porky or Time Booth? I forgot. I don't know. Rapper versus Fisher, Crossroads fight. Using special boxer and Fury has skills. Richard has quality. Yeah, he has got quality. Fish eyes would feed him to Moses Atama. I don't know. I still think with poise. You see, with poise. See, I've seen pretty average fighters go on to be world champions. Now, Dennis Andres. Let's throw you back a bit. Dennis Andres, right, was wild. Managed to turn him around and turn him into a world champion. Can Richie become world champion? Yes, he can, but he will need remodeling. And at 35, what would you do? So if I had Richie Reactor, I would tell him this, and it's not bad. You can't fight on the inside, so let's see what you can do. You can't fight in. You say you can't fight in the back foot, so now we need to work on him, getting his footwork working on his back foot, working how to box off the back foot. That's what he'd be doing. Can you teach that at 35? Yeah, I think you can teach that at 35. But then you pick fights that don't push him into that position. And in the time being, you're working on those things. You see, you work on your strengths. You've got height, you've got reach, you've got power. You know, it's not perfect. Not everyone's going to be Floyd Mayweather, but it's about using the attributes that you do have and utilize them to the best of your ability. And that means that your trainer has to see that and be able to do something with it. So I disagree totally. The fact that he's garbage, I think he's got a lot of potential there. Isaac Chamberlain, I think with him, it's a mental thing with Isaac Chamberlain. I think it's a mental thing. I don't think it's a physical thing. I think it's a mental thing. I just think he just doesn't show up in the big occasions. He didn't show up for the Lawrence Okoli fight, and he hasn't shown up again. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You need to. What I would be doing is, and I remember James had a bit uncle telling me about this before. I would be looking to get him to get that jab to be ramrod, twos and threes, using that jab, setting up traps, and using that jab to set up his right hand. Because if you look at Vladimir Klitschko, it was a jab, it was a right hand, no uppercuts were being thrown. He never threw punches for too far out, and the only time you throw a hook, is when you knew it would land. So and that was something Emmanuel should have set up. And then you get him close and tie up and let go. And then you see, even when Richie Riakporhe's tying up, it's knowing what to do when you're tying up. When you're tying up on a guy, type and lean on his back so you take the juice out of his legs. With Chamberlain, I just don't think that he's big enough or strong enough for the weight, and he doesn't have enough pop at the higher level. That's quite possibly true. That's possibly true. So I think both of those guys need improvements, definitely. And I like situations like this. It's just a shame that I like to see a guy come back and do well. I think if Riakporhe's really serious about his career, and he hasn't got caught up in the whole modelling and Madonna thing, he can come back and do well. But he will understand now not being a beaten fighter rather than an unbeaten fighter, and losing his O in this era, and the nonsense he did that night will cost him dearly. He might not get another. But then having said that, he may get another world title fight soon. Why? Because he's dead. And with Turkey Al Sheikh around here, anything is possible. It's not like we're in a world now where anything's possible. Flipping, Bacoli's fighting Anderson. Anything's possible now, and that would never happen before. So anything is possible. But if I'm Riakporhe, I dump my trainer. I take some accountability for what's happened, and I get back in the gym. A week off, I'm back in the gym, and I seek to find a damn new trainer um, that is going to show me about height and reach. You know, I tell you, a good guy that I would get for him is Andy Lee. Andy Lee would be perfect for Richard Riakporhe because that's at the Kronk Gym, and at the Kronk Gym, you know who came out the Kronk Gym, which was Thomas Hearns. So I think Andy Lee would be a good trainer for Richard Riakporhe. Andy Lee would be one trainer I would look at. James Ali Bashir being another. Again, Kronk Gym, tall, long, and Bashir likes that. Bashir work his footwork as well. So there are things he can do. It's not about it's not about all the big things. You see, it's the small things that bring the big picture. As a coach, you do the small thing. You employ your fighter or your athlete to do the small things very well, consistently, which makes it look great on the bigger picture. So your jab being ramrod, knowing when to throw your right hand, when you're smothering, make it your smother to be one where you're leaning and taking the juice out of the fighter's back. Use that opportunity where to push the fighter back, reset, let your punches go. Reset, get behind the referee, get you set up your jab, and go again. And you fight in a rhythm that way. The fighter starts getting on top of you, close that down, irritate, hold him, walk him back to the ropes, and start again. So those are things that Richie Appiah couldn't do. So when a guy starts to try and force him onto the back foot, the way to do that is move to the sides. So you're not going back in a straight line, so you're not being backed up. Or when you're stepping back, you're shooting off your right hand. Jab, jab, blind, use the right hand. Yeah, so there's things he can do. These are things he can do here already, which would have made him more effective against Chris Smith. So who's going to want to see a trilogy based on that rubbish that React put on tonight? So that was a guy that they researched Riakporhe, but Angel Fernandez and team did not research Chris Smith. That's what it seemed to me. So I don't go any more further into this tonight, but both guys can improve. Congratulations to Chris Smith on what he deserves now, that late Vegas fight. Go out there, mate, and then just give it your best shot. I think that Ramirez is the easier fight for him. Uh, Ramirez, for me, I'd take that fight. I think it's a much more winnable fight than Jay Patai. I think Crispin Smith would. I would, if I'm Crispin Smith, I avoid that fight. But the other fight against Ramirez is more of a winnable fight for. It'll be tough for Crispin Smith, but it's a more winnable fight. Right. Who else I'll talk about? Crispin Smith. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to Jack Massey as well. Well done, Jack. Um, Kept your head, and landing some nice combinations on or Isaac Chamberlain. Nice combinations. Nice 2-3 punch combinations. Nice. Liked it. So Jack Massey did well against Joseph Parker, and he's done even better now. I think I'd like to see him push on now. Fight for. I actually like to see Jack Massey fight Chris Smith. That'd be a better fight. I think Jack Massey might give Chris Smith a better fight than Riakporhe did. So that'd be good. See here, Chris Smith has remained busy and consistent. Yep, that's it. That's it. And that's all the hallmarks, of a world champion. So, gentlemen, Chris Smith, full respect, congratulations. You've handled yourself like a complete pro and a world champion. And of course, you should go to Vegas now and make as much money possible. He says Chris Smith versus Zerdo next. No more Chris bumps. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Right, let me get out of here. I've got to sleep. I've got 8 till 8 coaching tomorrow, so I got to sleep. Thank you all for watching. This has been BWTM Sports Gaming. Really appreciate you guys, and see you soon. Oh, Tank versus Martin. Um, all depends. If Martin's going to win this fight, he's got to jump on Tank early. He must jump on Tank early, because I think Tank's one of these guys. Like I said before, Tank is one of these guys that gain confidence as the rounds progress. Early on, he's very cautious. I won't say scared, but he's very nervous. Got a lot of nervous energy. So Martin's got to jump on Tank early, establish the jab, hit and hurt him early. Remind him of that sparring session. That's what you got to do. But be careful, because Tank hits like a tank. So it's been a great fight. Okay, everyone, have a good night. Take care.